Hello, in this video I'm going to give you the chance to see what happens in a hypnotherapy session with me to overcome the fear of driving. I'm going to do this by giving you the chance to play along with this video and experience a very short session. So I'm actually going to give you a short session now. This will not fix your fear of driving because it's only an introduction, so don't expect it to change your life completely. But it's going to show you the kind of things we do in a session. All I want you to do is to find somewhere quiet. It could be somewhere sitting or lying, and nothing weird is going to happen during this. You're not going to go to sleep, you're not going to fall asleep, you're not going to levitate, you're not going to have ghosts coming into the room. These are all things people have asked me when I do online therapy. It's not like that. When I show you what it's like, you might be quite surprised at how bland and ordinary it actually is. So what I want you to do is sit somewhere quiet and just close your eyes. Now, you don't have to close them, but I recommend you do, because if your eyes are open, it's too easy to be distracted by things, especially a screen which emits blue light, which helps keep you awake. And again, hypnosis is not about sleep, but it just helps to close your eyes and not have this light shining in your face that can distract you. So close your eyes, and I want you to just imagine now that you're standing somewhere of your choice. It can be anywhere you want. It can be somewhere in the real world. It can be a fantasy land. It could be somewhere you've seen on a TV show. It can be anywhere. Just imagine yourself being in this place. And I want you to take time to use all 5 of your senses, and maybe even more than 5 senses, to feel what this place is like. What can you see around you, if anything? What can you hear around you? What can you sense under your feet? Are you standing? Are you sitting? Are you lying down? Are there any sounds around you? Bird song? Is there a gentle breeze blowing that you can feel or hear? Take some time to really get this place as clear as you possibly can. And you can keep doing this for as long as you want. Some people do it very quickly. Some people take a few minutes. It doesn't matter. But when you've got this place in your mind, I want you to then just imagine that there is some kind of building somewhere, and it doesn't matter if you're indoors or outdoors, if you need to go outside or whatever. You can use your imagination and imagine there is some kind of building in this place. Could be a shed, could be a wooden hut, could be a house, a castle, a palace, a hotel, could be anything. But I want you to just imagine yourself standing in front of this place. And just think about how it looks, if you can see, because not everyone can see these things. Some people just imagine it in their mind's eye. You can't actually see it, but you're just picturing what it's like without being able to see it. You might want to imagine yourself walking around the perimeter of this building. Think about the size of it. Is it a small building or a large building? What colour is it? Is it made of brick, stone, wood? What's it all like? And just take some time to imagine that. And then when you're ready, I want you to go up to the front door or gate or whatever the entrance is to this building. And I want you to just imagine that building. Now I want you to take a few steps inside that building. And if you want, in a moment, you can pause this video to give yourself more time to explore, because I want you now to go around and explore this building. Maybe walk around different rooms. Maybe there's a hallway, a reception area. Maybe it's just one room. Maybe there are corridors with lots of rooms. But take time to explore that place. And you can keep doing this as I keep talking, or you can pause the video, or you can now open your eyes and just come back to normal. But if you want to keep exploring that place, you can. And you see, that is just a very, very simple method that you could use to get someone into their imagination. Now you might think, what's the point of that? What's that got to do with anything? What's it got to do with driving? Nothing. Because, as I always say, driving anxiety has nothing to do with driving. It's nothing to do with it. The point of that is, what we're doing there is we're getting you away from your conscious mind. Your conscious, it's driving. When I drive, I feel scared. I've got to go driving more. I've got to find a driving instructor. I've got to do exposure therapy. I've got to drive. It's nothing to do with that. We're closing off that part of your mind which assesses things like that, and you're going into your imagination. If you want to know what this is, technically it's called bypassing the critical faculty. In other words, you're imagining something to be true that isn't, and that tricks your mind into going into the part of it where we call subconscious or the unconscious. I don't use the word or the phrase unconscious much, because if you talk about going and using the unconscious, people think, oh, unconscious, I've got to be unconscious. You don't have to be unconscious to access your unconscious. This is why therapists who don't know what they're doing will say, relax, sleep. You're going deeper. Rubbish. When I did that example did I say go deeper? Did I say relax? Did I say you felt calm? No, because you may not have done. Some people might have felt agitated by that. Some people might think, well, what was all that about? He didn't do anything. It's not supposed to do anything. You see, that's the thing. That thing I just did doesn't do anything. And if you're still in that place, by the way, you might want to come back to normal now, or you can keep enjoying it if you want to. Let me know in the comments what you were seeing, thinking, experiencing. That itself doesn't do anything other than it gets you into the right part of your mind to find solutions to your problems. So sometimes people do that and say, well, I don't get it. Why were you talking about walking around the house? What's that got to do with anything? We will go further in the session, and there will be specific things that we focus on which come from you. Notice how I didn't say you are imagining a castle and you are walking up the staircase of the castle and there are 3 bedrooms. That's wrong, because I'm telling you what to do. You don't, yes sir, I'm saying imagine something, but that's very vague. You've got to say something, otherwise I'll sit here in silence, say nothing. But you don't tell clients what to imagine or how to imagine it. That's why scripts don't work. If ever you get a therapist who reads a book, I've had clients come to me who have caught therapists out when they've said, close your eyes, and the clients close their eyes. And when they've opened them, they've caught the therapist with a book, reading our book. You are going down the staircase, and oh dear, they've seen me reading a book. You'll never find me doing that, because I don't do that. I will get you to imagine certain things. And what do we do from there? Could be anything. This is why you can't script therapy like you can't script driving lessons. I can go out and do a driving lesson and you can't plan the route. What do you do for roads closed? There's roadworks, there's construction work, there's a big crash, you've got to turn around and go the other way. You can't plan a journey on a driving lesson. You can't plan a therapy session. I can't think, well, I'm going to get them to imagine walking into a castle and then they're going to go into a room and the solution to the problem will be in the room. No, doesn't work. So you see, that's roughly the kind of thing we might do in a session. But that is only one basic introduction. That's not going to fix it. If it does, great, let me know. But that's not going to fix it because it's not designed to fix it. That's just to get you into the right part of your mind to then go and do other things. From there, anything could happen. Many people start crying. The number of times you'll do that and people just, their tears are streaming down their face and they're crying. And I'll say, I've had something come up. They've had a memory come up. Boom, go work on that memory. People might say, well, it's good, yeah, I'm in this place, but I don't know what to do now. You flex, you adapt to what the client needs. It's different for everyone. And what I find fascinating about this work is even the same person will respond differently to sessions. So I can do session 1 with someone. If they come back for another one, it's like working with a different person. The first session, they can be crying and emotional, and, oh, I've remembered this, and the tears are coming out, and there's loads of things coming out. And the second session, they're like, yeah, okay, so what are we doing? And there's no emotion at all, because we've drained it out in the first session. I remember one person I worked with, first session, he was very straight, yes, hello, how you doing? Yes, okay, I'm good, thanks. And he was very, very strict and formal. Second session, I just said, how you doing? And he burst into tears and he was crying, and he's like a different person. You cannot script therapy sessions. I can't say what we do, because all I know is to get you into the right place, be unconscious. There is more to do than what I just did. That is only a quick, brief example for anyone who's going to say, but it didn't work, my problem didn't go. It wasn't meant to fix it. That's just a brief, basic introduction. But if you're expecting a session to be some kind of magic, I've had people say to me, I think I've even got this on a recording, I'll try and find this. I know someone said to me once, he was actually in this room, because when I started training, I had a few people come to my house and I had to record sessions for my course. And one of them did say something like, I was expecting ghosts to appear. And he was sitting right there, and I said, no. Well, I think he was sitting there, actually I was sitting there. And I said, no, there's no ghosts going to appear. I've had people come to me. Somebody once emailed me, because when I first began, I used to drive to people's houses and do therapy in houses. This was before 2020. And somebody said to me once, I want you to knock my husband out cold and force him to stop smoking. That's not how you do it. You don't knock people out and force them into doing things. What we just did there is very much like we would do in a session, but we'll do it more, and you'll get to learn how to do that method, which is not like I did. I've changed it, so I'm not going to give away everything that I do. It's taken me years to discover. And I call this system ROAD, which stands for Remotely Overcome Anxiety of Driving. I just made up that acronym a few years back, in 2019 I think it was. So I do all my work remotely. I don't do it in person. Most of my clients are not even in the UK, so I can't do it face to face anyway. So that is a brief introduction to what might happen in a session, and the point is, it wasn't that weird, was it? Maybe you had some things happen, let me know in the comments, but it's not like people think. You're not going to go to some deep trance, you're not going to be, unconscious, and I'm not going to take over your mind and force you to do things, and you open your eyes, and it's not like that. It doesn't work like people think. And I've had people say to me, well, that wasn't hypnosis. It was. One of the most common things is people don't know what hypnosis is. And it's really funny when there are quite a few videos online of people who refuse to accept hypnosis is real. And there were some really funny ones where, I won't go into too much, but they're clearly in hypnosis. They're standing on stage and they're barking like a dog every time they're spelling woof, 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 woof. And the hypnotist says, are you in hypnosis? Woof, 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 woof. Don't believe in hypnosis, woof, woof. Because yes, you can do that. You can get people to the right place in the mind, slip a command in, and they can do things that you've said. I don't do that because that's not therapy. That's more stage shows. But before we go too much off topic, I'll end it there. So check out, these are the videos of mine on the screen now. Thanks for watching. And if you want to experience this for yourself and work with me one-to-one online from anywhere in the world, contact me through my website, firstdrive.com. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.